What up guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Nick Rapazzi and this is my 2005 C6 Corvette, and today we are going to do an oil change. I still have to do the O2 sensor, but that won't be coming in until about 3:30 today. So we're going to get the oil change done on this and my 2016 GMC Sierra. They're both a little overdue. I should have did the GMC about like 800 miles ago, so I'm a little behind on that, but we got everything out. We got the jack stand. I can't remember if the drain plug was a 13 or a 15, so I grabbed both. Oil filter wrench, oil pan to catch the oil, and the funnel. So we're gonna get this thing jacked up, get the hood popped, and get this oil change done on both of these, and hopefully by the time I'm done with that, the O2 sensor will be here. So let's get to it. All right guys, so we got the car jacked up. I'm gonna grab the sockets, oil filter wrench, and the drain pan, and we're gonna get underneath and get this oil drained. All right, so you just position the oil pan right underneath. There's the drain plug right there. Let's check and see. I want to say it's a 15, but I could be wrong. No, it is a 13. Yep, 13 right there. And that's the oil filter. So let's get these things off. Got the 13. Got these fancy ass snap-on wrenches. Click that to off. Shouldn't be crazy tight. I usually just give it a hit. Big thing I want to note is when you pull this off, the oil is going to want to shoot. So just position the oil pan a little farther away from it, and it should shoot right into the oil pan. Let's hopefully we don't get any on the floor, because I do live in an apartment complex and they'd be pretty pissed if I got oil all over the place. So and that's that. So we're going to sit this here, let it drain. And then we'll get once it drains a little more, then we'll get the oil filter off and get some new oil in here. So let this drain, and I'll check back in with you in a few minutes. Alright guys, so it's mostly drained there. Still got a little coming out. I'm gonna get the oil filter started to come off. So it's pretty easy with this wrench. Just grip it and turn. I usually don't put the oil filter on too tight, so it's usually pretty easy to come off. And we'll let the two of those drain a little bit. And the oil filter is going to be full of oil, so do know when you do take this off, don't go crazy with it because you will spill oil everywhere. But we're going to let this sit, drain a little bit more. I usually give it about 5 to 10 minutes to completely drain. But yeah, so let's let that happen. Check in with your fuel. Alright guys, so that's almost finished up draining, and I'm going to show you the oil. So I have 5W30 Mobile 1 full synthetic and the M1 107A oil filter. You can also use the M1 107. They didn't have that, so I wound up getting the extended performance one. It's basically the same thing, except for this one's supposed to last a little bit longer, so it is what it is. The Corvette actually takes, the 6.0 takes 5.7. I always put in 6. I always put the full 6 in anyway. Just that 3/4 or that 1/4 of a quart's not really going to make a huge difference, and I like to have the extra security with me, like just being crazy with the car and whipping it all over the place. The little extra oil is not going to help. If you do have the 6.2, it does take 6.02 quarts. So same thing, I would probably use 6.5 if I had the 6.2. So let's get the new oil filter on. We're going to fill that up with oil before we put it in, and we'll put the plug back in and get this filled up and get it done. All right, big thing with this, you always want to make sure you do fill up your oil filter with oil so you're not just sucking dry air. It highly recommended. Normally on other cars, I usually never do this, but I try to take as best care if I can of this motor as I could. So let's get this on, get the oil plug in, and then get this thing filled up and done. Oh, and also make sure you're not double gasketing it. Make sure the old gasket didn't stick. It didn't. Let's get this on. And again, don't go too crazy tight with the oil filter. Just make sure it's on there. It's not going to go nowhere. And call it a day. All right, now that the oil filter's on, for the drain plug, you definitely want to make sure you don't over tighten it, especially with this being a aluminum pan. So you just want to go get it to where it's tight, and then give it a good snug, and that's all it needs. Usually when I do an oil change, I'll put my hand up here so you're not getting crazy leverage. And as tight as you can go up there, that's pretty much all you need. So let me get this all fixed up, get this dropped down, and we'll get the oil in. All right guys, so you guys did notice I did take the oil cap off before I started draining the oil, and the reason behind that is you don't want to vacuum, so the oil will drain faster if you take the oil cap off. So we got the funnel set up. Let's get all this oil in. See how good I can do this with one hand. Try not to spill nothing everywhere. am gonna save these so I can dump the old oil back into it. All right guys, so that's that. We got all the oil in, everything's good. We are gonna start it up, make sure we got oil pressure. All right, so we're gonna check the oil level, make sure everything's good. Yeah, right there, look, we're right in between. That's why I always use 6 quarts. It always works out perfect, right where it needs to be. It's a little over from spec, but that's it. So I'm gonna go get started on the GMC, and that's it guys. When the O2 sensor comes in, then we'll do the install on that, and hopefully that fixes the check engine light issue that I'm having. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.